Okay, we have now reached the stage where we're going to look at the language dimension. It's really languages and internationalization. Um, and also here there's been a debate. And as you all know, much of that debate was about introducing or not introducing CLIL, content and language integrated learning. And there are local initiatives, for instance, in Farajas, that's also that set up international schools. You can also find that in the Farajas municipality that set up international schools. Um, but so far that there's no evidence. I mean, it seems to there seem to be no problems in the school practicing CLIL, but people are told that they need a certain flair for English because all the disciplines there are taught in English, and they are supposed to put a little more of an effort into homework. So perhaps one of the reasons why it might work is that people are already motivated. You have motivated students. As the advisory board or the council points out, the committee points out, is it stands to reason to use ICT, information and communication technology, or IT, because here we can have such things as e-twinning and social media and so forth, and you know all about it, why that is so obvious a resource when teaching internationalization in the Danish folkeskole. And we saw e-twinning projects integrating a host of disciplines, not just English, but international cooperation, using English, of course, as the lingua franca. I'm not going to go into Kung Fu, which is a common future, global community that is about dealing with CO2 problems, global warming, and all the climate challenges. And 15 countries have joined this. And of course, this is also a nice example of how you might practice international cooperation, having students in different schools across boundaries and so forth cooperate on a basis that is in fact up to Byram's political education visions of actually taking intercultural problems up and dealing with them even at school level. Right, so I did go some little way into it. I hope it made sense even so. Right, okay. I think I'll move on to the recommendations to do with the central level, that is ministerial level and so on and so forth. And they want to change the legislation governing the Danish folkeskole, the folkeskole law. The Papas Act should be changed so as to give much more room for internationalization and be much more specific. Okay. Right. And they also want there to be an obligatory international project in the school that they have to, take part of such things. It's not all schools doing it. Only 29% did that in 2010. So they want the curricular guide the whole syllabus and curriculum, when to do what to feature such projects. So, as they say on that background, they would like to introduce in year 8 an obligatory project with its point of departure in the knowledge of the students, their skills and experiences from international project cooperation contexts. And this project should in fact make visible the students' competences so that we have visible intercultural competence, quite obviously. Right, yeah. Okay. I think I'll just, I mean, there are lots of details here, but we have a nice overview of the recommendations. I think in a way that would suffice. I'll perhaps just say a little about the municipality level, what they want to recommend here, just a wee bit before we turn to the synoptic panorama of all the recommendations. It's a nice overview, is an overview of it. Ballerup is a community that had an internationalization policy that they instituted after the elections in 2005. Okay, and what they did was to incorporate internationalization, or the international dimension, on all levels in the municipal enterprise. So all functions and so forth had an international dimension to them. That was used as a tool to support and innovate, develop the welfare services offered by the municipality, not just as a supplement to the core areas of the municipality. So they actually use that to develop and innovate their sources. Okay, and the mayor headed the international committee, so they had support from, you might say, the highest rung of administration. Okay, yeah. And they had one focus area of that policy was, of course, education and learning. Okay, and they worked out an international strategy for children and young people from the age of well, 0 to 18 years of age. Okay, so internationalism, international dimensions, actually, even at the nursery stage, perhaps even before that. Okay, right. So and there were 18 specific initiatives, right? But central here was the demand that every school should appoint an international coordinator, who was then offered 2 courses, 2 modules, diploma modules. So that would be further supplementary education, postgraduate courses after a teacher BA in internationalization. So that was nice. That was really resources put into it. Okay, right. And they set up an active partnership with a Chinese town or city, perhaps not cities, because I don't find many cathedrals in China, but town perhaps. Okay, or large town, I take it. Yeah. So, and there were more municipalities involved here, also Iredale and Fredriksson, which are neighbouring municipalities. Okay, yeah. And one of the reasons for the success was that was first and foremost high political profiling and backing amongst the municipality, the citizens of the municipality. So all went in for it, all did something about it. So what was wanted here was gumption, and they also set up budgets around 300,000 Danish kroner to support international activities, and they also hired an international school consultant. Okay, time to go to the overview. Right, so here's the overview. If we look at the central level recommendations, the folkeskole legislation would have to be changed. The act here, the Purpose Act, would have to be changed to be much more clear. There should be an obligatory project in the international dimension. There should be guidelines, cross-disciplinary guidelines for the international dimension, so that subjects can work together. There's an establishment of cooperation programs of transnational nature, or even trans-European nature, should be launched. The teaching of foreign languages should be strengthened. More use of IT or ICT as a tool for internationalization. Establishing a national knowledge center, it wouldn't, strange, right? But a national council specializing in internationalization in the Danish grundskole and teacher education. Okay, there are also recommendations for the municipalities, and they want the municipalities to work out strategies and implementation plans as for the international dimension in the Danish grundskole. They want the students to commit schools for the for working out concrete implementation plans for the international dimension. They want the municipalities to commit the schools so that they report international activities in the municipal quality reports. They want the municipalities to establish a support function so as to provide consultants that can give expert advice to the school. So they want the students to establish the financial basis that's needed. They want the students to appoint at least one international coordinator in each municipality, and they want the municipalities to see to it that there is pedagogical and technical help to get as for IT. So in the area of IT, the municipalities would have to aid the schools pedagogically and technically. So they might have to hire experts and other functions that can then help the students to implement viable use of the IT so as to further internationalization. Thanks a lot for listening. I hope that I managed to give you an overview of what that report came up with of recommendations. So now it's up to us to reflect on whether this is going to make it or is already making it in the Danish grundskole. Thanks for listening. Bye.